What's going on, everybody? EV's here, and welcome back to the video. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you what is and the effects of packet prioritization on Minecraft. So basically, what it is when you have a client, a computer, right, and then you have a server. So let me just paint. All right, MS Paint. All right, so let me just explain this here with brush. So here is the computer. Yeah, there we go. And you got your with your Minecraft PvP. This is your computer, and here is the server. That's supposed to be a fan, by the way. You know, it's a computer or a server, right? Little button there. So what's going on is the player is sending packets to the server, and the server is sending packets to the player. Now this all happens, and when the player sends a packet to the server will reply in a certain amount of milliseconds, and that's what your ping is, right? So packet prioritization here is, say, when you have another computer, right? You got your right. So this is another computer, and they're also sending packets to the server, and the server is sending packets back. What this is doing is these both connections. So let's say these people are fighting each other. These both connections cannot be sent. The server cannot send packets back to these players at the exact same time. They can't be sent like at the exact millisecond. So there's a priority difference. So let's say, for whatever reason, a priority happens. This player right here will get the priority over this player. So this person gets to reply faster, right? So what this has to do with the game is here I have decompiled the class entity human from Paper Spigot, and in here there is these two lines of code. Now, if you are not a developer, you, I'm sure, already do not know Java. I'm pretty positive you don't know what this is doing. What this is doing, basically, this is what chicken fights are in the game, right? So the person with the packet prioritization, what will happen is this will execute first for them, and their KB. So, okay, let me explain what this is doing first. When a player hits a player, right, they are being drawn into each other. So this motion X times equals 0.6 double. Now, what that's doing is the x-axis on the player is timesing and equals 0.6. Let's say the player is it's about a calculator, right? And so let's say the player is what? Let's say we got the number 3. We times that by 0. The number 3 times that by 0.6. And the number will be lower, as you'd expect. 3 times 0.6. See, the number is lower, 1.8. So what this is doing, when you hit a player and the player hits you back, you're both being drawn into each other, closer and closer. That's why you sometimes in a chicken fight, you'll go inside of each other. On, say, Lounge. Lounge has this. PvP has this. But the only server at the moment that's coming out that won't have this is Mindman Club. But what this has to do with packet prioritization is the person with the priority, this executes first. So they take less KB, and before it executes for the other person, they're already out of range and being comboed. The packet prioritization will, for whatever reason, switch over the length of a fight. And when this happens, you will get more combos. So let me link an example for you guys. Let's say you could probably relate to this. Let's say you are fighting someone, right? And you're fighting someone, and at the beginning of the fight, you're doing really, really good. Really, really good, right? And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you start getting comboed by him. You just start getting destroyed as you were previously destroying him. Your first thought is that he toggled, which he could have, but it could have also been packet prioritization. So the other player will have the packet prioritization. So that little bit of code that I showed you right here will execute first when the server sends the packet back to him. And he will take less KB for that moment because he's being drawn in, not out, and hit you, and then you're out of range and he starts comboing you. So that's pretty much what happens there. So I'll try to answer any questions that you guys have in the comments about this, but nobody seems to know about this because everybody just complains about people toggling middle fight, which is possible, but most of the time it's packet prioritization. But nobody knows that. I believe that I don't think that you can fix this besides just removing these 2 lines of code. That is the best thing that you can do. But fixing the actual network traffic with the packet prioritization, I do not believe is possible. It could be it is possible for one connection, so you could just have a QoS or quality of service of one connection. But then that would give that player a packet priority over everyone else, and it's obviously an advantage. So, ask your questions in the comments. That's all I have to say. And yeah, see ya.